Well, I started the Constitution Project because I thought that Washington needed a place for the right and the left and everybody in between to come together and have a rational, good faith conversation about how to safeguard the Constitution. And our first project was about how and when it was appropriate to amend the United States Constitution. There had been a time in the 1990s when there was a plethora of constitutional amendment proposals, and there was a lot of concern that these proposals were going further and further in the system than they had in recent history. And so we put together our very first group, and we had a Republican and a Democratic co-chair and a group of really expert, esteemed people as members of the committee, Republicans and Democrats, all of whom believed that that there should be restraint. That really brings us to today because we're in somewhat the same situation with a lot of calls for the Constitution to be amended. And I'm just hopeful that people will look at these very simple 8 guidelines that our committee came up with that talk about the situations when the Constitution should be amended, the reasons why it should be amended, and the reasons why we should show restraint. I think that we do need to do a public education job on this issue because there is all this talk about amending the Constitution, and people are doing it because they're using the Constitution as a political tool. They want to show how tough they are, how strongly they feel about a particular issue. And one of the guidelines that we have says that if there's another way to accomplish the same objective, don't amend the Constitution. Use a statute, use an administrative order, use anything short of amending the Constitution unless there's absolutely no other way to accomplish the objective. And the kinds of things that people are talking about today, there are lots of examples of other ways to accomplish those objectives, but I think people are using the Constitution and the amendment process as a political tool, and that's exactly what the framers were afraid of. I think people today are angry. They're angry at our government for a variety of reasons, and the Constitution represents our government. But that doesn't mean that we should take a document that for over 200 years has only been amended for on 27 occasions and change it in so many dramatic and radical ways as is being suggested by so many different people. I think we really need to take a step back and exercise the restraint that the framers intended us to exercise.